Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sunday morning sprints. I hope everyone is well rested, enjoying their weekend, ready to get some things done. I am well rested myself. I had some fun activities yesterday and I was exhausted by the time I got home and I fell asleep while watching TV. Um, I went to Disney Springs yesterday with a friend of mine and the kids. We did their Christmas tree stroll, so we got to see all of the Disney trees that they have decorated and like sprinkled throughout Disney Springs. So, as we walked and ate and shopped, we found the Christmas trees, and they have like a little paper that you can attach the stickers to, and then when you're done, you get like a the previous years it was like a button that said you did it. This year it was a like a little ornament. I put mine on the tree, otherwise I would show you. But the kids had fun. It was a little frustrating, but they had fun. We all had fun. So, and we got a few things that we do when we go to Disney Springs. We definitely stopped at Gideon's and got the cookies. So we're good for the Christmas season. Um, with December, Gideon's does a Kris Kringle cookie, which is white chocolate coffee bean style chocolate chip cookie. So we haven't had that one yet, so everybody will get to try that one. But then they also have a Krampus cookie that is a dark chocolate chip with Andes mints mixed in. It is so delicious. So we had to get the Krampus cookie, and we got the Kris Kringle cookie, and we got some other flavors: cookies and cream, chocolate chip, and peanut butter, I think. So all is right in the world. um, I don't know if I'm gonna read today because I have a few things that I need to get done to get back on track, at least in my opinion, get back on track with the Christmas season. So I'll be working on, as you can see here, if I can point to it, I'll be doing Christmas cards. I have some filming to do and some planning to do. Mostly the Christmas cards. I need to do the word searches. So that my husband can create those and we can get them printed out. And then I can send out Christmas cards next week because if you don't know, this is like the last full week before Christmas. So this is also the last full week I have before my kids go on winter break. So I need to get all of the things done. So we'll be doing that today. But let's see who all is here, and then we can get started with our first sprint. Molly is here. Morning. Anne says, good morning. Just ran back inside after taking another picture of the snow. Ooh. I love taking pictures of like freshly done snow. Like it's just falling and it's just sitting there and it's all nice and pretty. I don't take pictures when it gets messed up. Kat is here. Good morning, Alicia, Molly, and Anne. I'm currently working on financial tasks. I have to do that too, but I'll do that later. Molly says, hi, Anne. I should take a picture too. Yeah. Nadim is here. Hello. Good morning. Molly says, 5 inches of snow. Ooh, that's quite a bit of snow. Molly says, morning to Kat. Kat says, good morning, Nadim. All the hellos. Howdy, Nadim from Molly. Nadim says, hello, Molly. Hello, Kat. And hello, Anne. Anne says, Molly, we have about 4 inches. Ooh, you guys are close. Molly says, I knew I liked Krampus. Ooh, a Krampus cookie. Yes, it's the Gideon's cookies, the half-pound, huge, like, circle of a cookie. I usually cut it into 4 pieces. But yeah, it excuse me. I don't know where that came from because I haven't coughed in like 2 days. Um, the Krampus cookie it's delicious. I can't say nutritious, but it is delicious. It's one of our favorites. So when they started doing it at Gideon's, we always make sure to get one. But this year I got 2, so everybody can have half of the cookie if I divide it up that way. If we divide it into 4s, then everybody gets like 2 squares of a cookie. I don't know how we'll do it yet. But they're so good. So good. And they actually, what they tell you is when you buy it, they put it in its own little package away from the other cookies. If you get the non-minty cookies, like the Kris Kringle or the chocolate chip cookies and cream, all of those, the Krampus gets separated because if not, the mint will overpower the others. So they have to separate it. It gets its own little bag. Anne says, does anyone have a subscription to Aardvark books? I can't say that I've ever heard of that. So no, I don't. Anybody else? Does it do kid books, adult books, all books? Let us know. Nadim says, I'm currently reading 11/22/63 by Stephen King. How far are you into it, and are you enjoying it? Hopefully you are. Kat says, I'm getting back on track to Alicia. Yes. And I need to send out a few things. So I think when I go out on Monday, because I have to pick up a few things at the bookstore, not for myself. I'm not buying anything for myself. I need to buy a children's book because my daughter is doing a book exchange at school. And I need to pick up gift cards. So I'll do that on Monday. And then I need to send out Christmas cards, hopefully Monday or Tuesday. Molly says, the snow is so pretty, but I am a bit homebound now, which means my baking will get a slow start as I need most of the ingredients. Oh, that's the other thing I need to do. Crap. You reminded me, Molly. I need to make sure that I have all of the ingredients, which means I now have to decide, like finalize the cookie selection so that I can get the ingredients also on Monday and bake during the week. Otherwise, we won't have cookies for Santa. Kat says, one of my favorite King books, Nadim. Livia is here. Hi, Alicia. Hello, hello. Hi, Nadim and Kat and Molly from Livia. Ren is here. Hello, hello, everyone. Let us know what you're up to, Livia and Ren. Nadim says hello to Livia and Ren. Livia says, I'm doing a Lego set with my son, a Christmas tree. Ooh. Those are always so fun. I don't know if you guys saw, if you popped into Kelly's writing sprints in the morning where I go on screen with her. I did a Santa, the Christmas Santa. He's a cute little thing. Maybe I'll bring him in here and put him on the shelf behind me somewhere. But he was fun to put together. Ren says, listening to Fallen Gods by Rachel Van Dyken. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Let us know. All the hellos from Livia to Ren, from Ren to Nadim, from Ren to Livia. Annette is here. Hello, everyone. Anne says, I just hope that an early snow is not an omen for the remainder of the winter. Hopefully not. Livia says hi to Annette. Hi, Livia from Annette. All the hellos. Anne says it is similar to Book of the Month. Huh. And it's called Aardvark Books. I'm going to look it up. If I could remember how to spell aardvark books. Oh, it's a book club. Gift subscriptions are available now in the USA and Canada. Mhm. That's exactly what it sounds like. It just sounds like it's kind of like book of the month, but a lot of books that I have not heard. Can browse by genre. Oh, there's one I've heard of. Girl Dinner by Olivia Blake. Mate was in their October selection. Okay, so there's a couple. There's a couple I've heard of. Huh. Interesting. I have not I've not seen that before. Lauren's Cozy Reading Corner. Hello, how are you? It's been ever since I have tuned in. Oh, it's been forever since you've tuned in. I did my last vendor event for this season for my small business. Now I have some downtime so I can read and enjoy. How are you all today? Well, hello, Lauren. Welcome in. I'm doing fine. You're just in time because we're getting ready to start our first sprint. We do 3 45-minute sprints here. And hopefully all of your vendor events went well. I will be working on Christmas cards today, so I'm gonna get that done. I do make my own Christmas word search, and I'm doing 2 this year. So there's a Christmas one, and then there's a bookish one. So I'll be getting those done, and then I do need to do some filming, but you're welcome to read whatever you like, work on different productivity tasks, whatever you need. We are here to help. Molly says hi to Olivia and Ren. Hi, Annette and Lauren from Molly. Ren says hey to Molly. Annette says hey, Molly. And Lauren says, they went well. They were a lot of work. I miss your reading sprints, so I'm excited. Yay! Well, I'm happy you're here today. I usually do them every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. The only one that I will miss this month on Sunday is the 28th because I will be doing an anniversary day that day because me and my husband are celebrating 20 years being married. So we're going to go have fun at Universal. He doesn't get to go as often as I do, so we take him and we have fun. Molly says, Anne, I think it is supposed to snow a lot this winter. Good news is most of us will get warm in a few days and then stay that way through December. We opened up some of the doors today because we're in the 60s right now, but we will most likely go up to the 70s later today. Lauren says, I'm happy I caught yours today. Yay! And if you don't know about the sprinting spreadsheet, I can post the link to it if I need to. But there are sprints happening all day long, every day, all day. Just depends on where you are in the time zones. And Anne says, Molly, I'm not a huge fan of snow. That's why I live in Florida, because we don't have snow. And I have dealt with it a lot. Plenty of it in my lifetime, so now I am, quote unquote, retired from snow. Lauren says, that's awesome. We have snow in Rhode Island today. Ooh. I would like to travel and go up towards like Rhode Island and Maine because I've never seen those states. I've gone as far as Maryland. I was trying to think if I had gone to like Pennsylvania or not, and I don't think I have. So, because I used to live in Maryland, but I have not gone north of that. So anything above that, nope. I would like to travel and go see those one day. Hey, Travis. Travis is here. Hello, stopping in to say hi. Hope all is well. Welcome, welcome. We're just getting started. We're about to go into our first sprint. Let us know if you're hanging out, reading, what you're doing today, Travis. I will go ahead and star his comments so that we can pull up the cat and get started. We have our Christmas cat going on here. Cat says, Travis, how are you feeling? Are you sick, Travis? I hope you're not sick. I hope you're feeling okay. And Anne says, Lauren, I'm sorry, very sad about what happened at Brown. Oh, yeah. I saw that on the news. Travis says, I'm still sick, but feeling better, and my fever has finally broke. Ugh, fevers are the worst. Yeah, I've had a stomach flu or something the past few days. There is a lot going around, and I've seen different strains of cold, flu, stomach bugs. Last time my daughter was sick, I took her to the pediatrician, and they said there's every time you turn around, there's something new, and it's just a different strain of what's already out there. Kat says, big hug to Travis. Yes, all the hugs and the healing kitty. Don't have healing kitty, otherwise I would put it up on the screen. Lauren says, too close to home. It's 15 minutes from me. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is too close to home. Travis says, and I ate 2 bananas finally. Ooh. Feel better, Travis. Yes. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest and fluids. Take some vitamin C. All of the things. Thanks, y'all. I probably won't be here after the sprint, but wanted to say hi, preparing for the Welcome to Dairy finale tonight. Ooh, yes. Get all your rest. Anne says, Travis, so sorry that you have been sick. 'Tis the season. All right, let's go into our first sprint, and I will see everyone back in 45 minutes. Happy sprinting. Hello, hello. How did everyone do on that sprint? I did things. I promise I did. I feel like I've done nothing though. I worked on the word search, so I'm inputting the words there, like how I want them diagonally up, down, left to right, right to left, that kind of thing. I did ask for my husband's help. We narrowed down, we had a list of 37 words, and I think we took it down to 20 to 25. I can't remember, but it's in that ballpark. So, and then I needed to update something on my book journal or book planner, reading planner, this thing. And then I realized that there were a lot of things that needed to be updated. And I kind of went down that rabbit hole of updating all of the things and filling in things that need to be filled in. And my husband brought me some laundry that I need to fold, so I'll have to do that in the next sprint. If you hear a little bell sound, it's because Isis is in here, but she's sitting by the door because she wants out. So I will have to let her out in the next sprint. Maybe I can get her to come over and say hello, but she's very adamant about leaving. Okay, let's see what everyone else got up to, and then we'll go into our next sprint where I need to focus and get things done. I believe this was our last comment. Anne was saying to Travis, so sorry that you have been sick. And then Anne said, Alicia, did you give me this cough? And I said, I try to keep my germs to myself. And she was like, Alicia, I have a cough now. To which I said, my cough has been lingering, mostly gone, but still here. It is true. It feels like, for the most part, I'm fine. Like, I'm not coughing as much as I was when I would do the chatty bit for the sprints. But every now and then, I just go into like a 10-second coughing fit, and then I drink something and I'm fine. So I don't know. Anne says, I got dinner started, read a few pages, and am now eating goldfish crackers. Ooh. Goldfish crackers. So delicious. Nadim says, finished a cup of coffee and read 12 pages. Nice. I got 12% into my December Darling. I have that one. It is on my to-do, my to-read list. But as you guys know, my to-read list is ever-growing. I hope to change that in the future. Next year is going to be a whole different ballgame. I have a few things in the works, and I'm hoping it'll help. Kat says, I'm still working on my financial tasks. I'm currently updating my book spending so far in 2025. That is also one thing that I would like to track. I found a spread, I believe it was on Pinterest, that showed every time you took out a book from the library, then you write down how much that book would have cost if you had just bought it. And then it shows you each month how much money you saved instead of spending that money on the book and you went and got it at the library. So I want to do something like that in the new year. But yeah, I'm kind of scared to see how much money I have spent on books this year, but I will probably do that at a later time. Nadim says, your channel is among the top 5 channels I watch on YouTube this year. Really? Wow. Well, thank you for coming and hanging out and watching. Hopefully you're enjoying the videos. I have new stuff to add in the new year. I'm kind of excited. I'm still planning. Uh, Jen is here, pacing through the pages. Hi, Alicia and chat. I'm 84% in Bride by Allie Hazelwood and working on laundry. Hope everyone is well. How are you enjoying Bride? I know I enjoyed that one. I loved it. So it was very different from her STEM reads, but I loved it. And I look forward to reading Mate, which I know I won't get to this year, but it's on my list definitely for next year. Kat says next year I want to add how much I'm saving with using the library. Yes, me too. I'm actually so I've been paying attention very closely to my reading challenge that I created, and November was eye-opening for me. So, and I think depending on how December goes, I've already started to think about how I want to adjust and change a few things. And I'm also going to be adding alongside the reading challenge a book buying ban, because I it's kind of like a let's see how much I can do without going to the bookstore, and I'm gonna do it by quarters. So January, February, March, first quarter, and then I'll see how it goes. And I may do like a you've done so well, I can reward myself at the end of March. But then I want to go into like I want to try to read more on my shelves and get them off rather than just buying. There will be exceptions to the book buying ban, but for the most part, if I can get it at the library, I would like to do that. Made it to 73%, says Ren. Did you say what you were reading, Ren? Let me remind me if you did, because I don't remember if you said what you were reading. Anne says my library prints that information on your receipt. Really? See, I haven't been printing receipts at when I check things out. I'll have to start doing that and see if it says. I'll do it in the new year and see if it tells me. Jen says, I'm liking it. Very different than I expected. I'm reading it because Corey wants to read Mate this upcoming week. Gotcha. And Kat says, I need a better tracking system on my book spending in 2026. Yeah, like I want to make a spread in my journal that I'll send you either on IG or I'll send it to you in email, but I'll send you the one that I found and see if you like that, because I would like to track all of this because I need to stop buying so much. I'm also going to limit myself to 26, so I can only buy 26 books in the new year. So I have to be very strategic about it, and if I do it that way, 26 is 2 books per month, with the exception of May and December, because then that would be my birthday and Christmas. So those 2 months would get 3 books. But that is one of my goals, one of my things. So I'll set up something in my reading journal to see. On June 24th of 25, I spent $587.60. Curious to see my final total for this year. It will be a benchmark. Ooh. Now, will you use that as in like, I want to spend less because you're utilizing the library more? Or is that just a like, you can't pass that threshold? That's interesting, though. I'm curious to see how much I've spent on books, but at the same time, I'm terrified. Jen says it's such a hard pull between wanting to support authors and wanting to support the library. So a mindful purchasing and the rest from the library is a good idea. Exactly. Because I know that there are some, like, there's going to be auto buy authors for me. So I automatically get those books. but I think if I can get books from the library more, then that will, because then I could say, okay, do I like this enough to buy it? If I read it from the library and then say, yes, I need a copy, I would reread this, then I think that would slow down the spending. That, and I have to weed stuff out because I'm running out of room. I have one bookcase that is literally like books are behind books. So, and then I need to do something about all this back here. Anne says I'm going to try and read 3,000 pages per month. Ooh, that's a good challenge. So you're going to be tracking pages. Interesting. Kat says, yes, I want to see if I can spend less in 2026. I have used the library quite a bit this year, but didn't think of tracking it. I also need to keep track next year of the books I get for free. Ooh. As well as the books I unhaul. Yeah, I would like to do that as well. Plus, with Pango, I'm finding that um, Pango helps to get things sold or things off of your shelves, but it's not a guarantee. Because right now I'm facing I just finished a second $2 sale on on mine, but I haven't taken the book listings down yet. So I need to do that so that I could donate this stuff because I'm finding that as I unhaul them, I don't have the space to hold on to them while they're on Pango. So I might have to do it where every 6 months or every 3 months, I guess. Every 3 months, when I unhaul something, list it. If it doesn't sell within that 3 month time, then pull it and donate it. Because I have one, I have 2 boxes of books right now. One of them is kind of blocking the door to the bathroom in here. So that one I have to go through because some of those $2 books are in there. So it will definitely be I'd be adjusting how I do things next year for sure. Molly says, I was thinking about tracking my pages as well, but I tend to read short books, especially middle grade books. That's okay. You could still track them though. I mean, because when I track and I'm thinking more of like a stats sort of thing. I want to know how many books I'm reading, how many pages are I'm reading. So you could totally track, even if it's middle grade. Say it's 125 pages. You're still counting the pages. You can also track how many books you've read during that month and how many pages. And then you could show where, how many pages and whatnot. Because I know I have a couple. Like I've got the Hardy Boys right there. I have those to read, and somewhere on my shelf, I think behind Fox here, is the Nancy Drews. And I know those are shorter, but I would still read them and count them as a book and as the pages because I'm getting it off of the unread shelf, so to speak. Some of these are read, some of them are not, which is what I also need to go and track. Kat says, I'm thinking about Pango. Alicia, you'll be my resource. Yeah, no problem. Can help you get you set up, and it's easy to do on the phone. For me, it's easier to print out the labels on the desktop because you can go into their website and print the label that way. But you can do everything, taking pictures and uploading the information for the books on the app. And then that's how I do it. But yeah, anytime you need help, I help. You're not ready for you, kitty cat. And there's a kitty cat at my feet. What you doing, Isis? Molly says, Alicia, do you live close enough to neighbors that a free little library would get used? I am not. I know there are a couple near the library where I used to work. So I'll definitely take some of the books there if I remember where they're at. I might have to ask one of my coworkers from the library, hey, do you know where these are? And I can also send a email to the library director and see if they are interested in any of the titles I have. Maybe they can add them to the library, and then the rest is I would just give them to the friends of the library book sale. So it just depends on where I can take them. And I do like regular donations anytime I donate gently used clothes or things that don't fit the kids that are gently used. I can donate that stuff, and sometimes they'll take clothes, books, they take all kinds of things. So I could do that as well. Anne says, Alicia, do you have a used bookstore near you? The one I go to does not give you money but credit on another book. I know of one that I have. It's over by the university, but I haven't been there in a while, so I don't know if they're still in business. I'll have to look into it, but I could do that. If they're still in business, then I could possibly take them there, and uh maybe I could get some of my manga books, cuz I've been trying to get some of those books. I'll have to look. I'll have to look. Molly says, I want to set up one in my neighborhood. I think that would count as a bookish resolution. Yes, yes, it would. And I think there's a website. I don't know. You'd have to look and see if there's one near, like in your area or whatever. But I heard that there was like a website where you can add your little free library to, or you can register for one. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Kat says, I put 2 books in the little free library in Hammond yesterday. Ooh. I know. I feel like if you lived in the city or in a more like populated area, you would be able to find him. And I know there's an app, I think, that you can find free little libraries. I have to figure it out. I have to figure it out. And Anne says, if you Google free little library, it will give you addresses. Really? I did not know that. I'll have to try it later. All right. I don't see any more comments, so I'm going to go ahead and star that one and get us into our second sprint. I'm going to finish up this reading planner update and get back to the word search, and I got to fold this laundry. So I will see everyone back in 45 minutes. Hello. How did we do on our second sprint there? I finished what updates I could for the reading planner. I set up to film my 2026 reading planner. I already did the reading journal, which is where a lot of my reviews will go, but I set up my reading planner for next year. So we will film that later today, if not in the third sprint. We'll see. I did fold the laundry, so I set up for filming. I filmed the laundry. I continued working on the word placement for the word search. That is about done, and I started drawing up or typing up a few things that I need for my binder updates. So, kind of a to-do list of things that I want to change within my binders. So, and that is pretty much the time that we had. And then my husband showed me a couple of things that he did in the bedroom, because we moved the one TV from the living room to the bedroom, and we put we put the PlayStation in there. So he was like, if you want to play it, you can. It is here. And I'm like, okay. All right, so let's see where we got up to. I think we had a couple of people join us in that sprint. This was our last comment. Anne was saying, if you Google free little library, it will give you addresses to find them, which might come in handy because, like I said, I can't keep holding on to the books that are not selling on Pango. So once I take the sale books, the $2 sale books down from my Pango, I will put those in free little libraries or donate them to the library, whichever. I cannot keep holding on to them. So we will find a way. Anne says, I take mine to the used bookstore. I'm going to look into that and see if I have one as well. Anne said, the owner of the used bookstore knows me. She's even called when she gets something in that she thinks I might want. One of the best times to go is at the end of semesters at the university. Ooh, good to know. Anne said she called when she got a copy of Queen Esther by John Irving. Next time I go, that one will definitely go back. Oh. Kelly is here. Happy time zone, my friends. I'm reading One Good Dragon Deserves Another by Rachel Aaron. Hopefully you are enjoying it. Let us know. Double and Jen is here. Good morning, Alicia and chat. Good morning, good morning. I guess it's now afternoon for us. It's 1:10 my time. Kiana is here. Hello, beautiful people. Hello, hello. Ren made it to 89%. Lovely. Livia says hi to Jen, Kelly, and Kiana. Lee is here. Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. First snow day of the season here, and I was enjoying that. Ooh, very nice. Glad to catch the last hour of sprints. I think I'm going to do some reading and prep a chicken pot pie casserole. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Dublin Jen says, hey, Livia. Jen from pacing through the pages. I got to 87%. I have just under 50 pages, hoping to finish in the next sprint. You got this. Livia says, finished the Lego set while listening to a Percy Jackson book with my son. Ooh, which one did you listen to? I've read at least the first 5 of Percy Jackson. I do want to go. I probably need to rewatch season 1 at this point, but I want to watch season 2 as well. Jen says, you took the Jen off your name. Oh, yeah, for pacing through the pages. I know that YouTube has been changing, so like even if she had the gen at the end, they went with the whatever your channel name is. So if it's just at pages through the pages, then that's what it is. And then so yours is, double N Gen 21. See, I wish they wouldn't have done that, but it is what it is. Kiana says, I'm trying to finish The Storyteller from Valencia. Hopefully I pronounced that right. I've been reading it for months and refuse to take it into 2026. I hear you. I've got a small stack of books that I need to finish between now and the end of the year. I need to get on it. Double N Jen says, it confused me at first. Yeah. Olivia says hi to Jen. Kiana says, oh, he showed you things he did in the bedroom. Not those kinds of things. But like he's been rearranging, we shall say. Because like I said, we got a new TV, so that's now in the living room. But the TV that was there is still good, so we moved it to the bedroom. So now we have a bigger TV in the bedroom, and he wall mounted it. We did have one smaller that was kind of tucked into an entertainment center. So now that one is kind of obsolete. And so he moved some furniture. He did this while I was at Disney Springs yesterday. So I came home and it looked quite different. I'm getting used to it, all of the changes that are happening. I usually take things like slow, like one change at a time. And there's been several things that have changed over the last week. And so I'm trying to catch up, so to speak. Kelly says, I played South of Midnight yesterday, like all day, and I'm addicted. Ooh. I'm sad because that looks interesting and I would play it, but it's not on PlayStation. So, and I'm not a big like computer gamer, so I will play vicariously through you, ma'am. I hope you're enjoying the game. Molly says I got into 38% of My Darling December and finished 3 goals in World of Warcraft. Ooh, very nice. Hey, Amanda, how are you doing today? I'm doing fine. We're getting things done. Next week is going to probably be a busy week because it is the last week that I can get things done while the kids are in school, because after next week then they are on Christmas winter break, and they will be out for like 2.5 weeks. So I have to get as much as I can done on my Christmas to-do list prior to them not having school. And we're also going to the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party next week. So that will take a day or so, a couple hours. I don't remember when it starts. It's like an after hours event. So, but it'll be fun. I just have a lot to do this week. I do have to send out a couple of packages. I still have to send my Christmas cards. I have to finish the word searches, and I have to bake cookies and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party. So, lots to do. Kelly says it's gorgeous. Teaching history and empathy. Has such a fun fighting/movement system reminiscent of Assassin's Creed. I have never played Assassin's Creed. I think I do have one of the games though. So I may try it out. Amanda says, how are you feeling today, Alicia? Better. I still have a lingering cough, but I am better. Kelly says, and the story is so compelling. I'd love to read the book version if there was one. That would be cool to read. Oh. I wonder if they do have a book version. Now you have me curious. There are books about South of Midnight, but it seems like it's mostly like the art and music or digital content. There is titles of books that are called like Somewhere South of Midnight, a horror novel by Stephen Laws. Just South of Midnight, a poetry collection by James Sars. Interesting. But it doesn't look like it is a book. It's just the video game. That would be cool if it was a book, though. Double N Jen says, I made your stream. Oh, you made it to a stream for a change. Very nice. I know. You have you've been MIA. We've missed you. But so glad you could make it today. Kiana says, hey, Alicia, Kelly, Olivia, Ren, Amanda, and Jen. Kat says, well, from July to today, I spent $636.98 on books for me. Added to the first half of the year, my total as of today is $1,224.58. Wow. I should keep track of books that I buy for gifts. Wow. Again, I'm very curious as to how many and how much I've spent on books, but at the same time, I'm terrified. I'll probably do it. I'll see. It's probably about the same amount though. I've probably bought more than I've read, which is not good. But we're gonna remedy that in the new year, right? Christina says, hi, Alicia. Hi, Christina. Welcome in. Here is our PSA. Remember, even snowmen need water. Save progress, have a cup of holiday cheer and a Christmas cookie or two. Check the laundry, take meds, stretch, and share some cozy blessings with the like button. Love this. Let's see. I have folded laundry. We do have Christmas cookies. Well, I have to bake them, but I do have a Krampus cookie from Gideon's that I will eat later. And I do have my peppermint mocha in my coffee. So I would say I have some holiday going on. Double N Jen says, send it to me, Lee. What are we sending? Did I miss that? Olivia says hi to Amanda and Christina. Double N Jen says, that sounds yummy. Christina says hi to Livia. Amanda says, hey, Livia, how are you doing today? Hi, Kelly. Hi, Lee. Hey, Christina. Hey, Christina. All of the hellos. Christina says, hi, Ren, Jen, Double N Jen, Anne, Kat, Molly, Nadim, Travis, Kiana, and everyone I missed. I don't know if Travis is still here, but he did pop in briefly. Kelly says, Christina. Lee says, Double N Jen. I missed the constant November streams, even though I missed a bunch of them. There was a lot of streams in November. Lee says to Double and Jen, you want me to send it here or you have somewhere else you'd prefer? Double and Jen says, I'll drive to you, LOL. Molly says, look at all the peoples that joined in. Hi, Kelly, Jen, Amanda, Christina, and Lee. Everyone is coming in. Hi, Molly. Come on over, Lee says to Double and Jen. Double and Jen says, you're in California, right? Molly says to Kelly, I'm glad you're loving your game. I know. I want to play games too. She says, oh no, New Jersey. That would be a long drive. A fun one though. I'd do it. Double and Jen says, my bestie lives in Buffalo. I am not ready for you, kitty cat. We will pause that there. I think the writing in video games is amazing, Kelly. They are. Hearts. I watch my daughter play, and it's really complex. Who's going to the Gabriel Iglesias and Kim Joy comedy show at SoFi Stadium on March 21st, 2026? I knew nothing about this, so probably not me. Although that sounds like fun. Molly says, it looks like I missed some people. Sorry. How are you otherwise? Travis, Kiana, and Jen. Jen says, I see freelance job offers for it a lot. Am I missing some comments? What are you guys talking about? I was working a lot and in a bit of depression. I tend to wallow when I'm feeling that way. Lee says hi to Molly. Double and Jen says, when I have space for bookshelves, it's on. I need sprayed edges. I have quite a few. I just saw that I missed when the deluxe version of Phantasma came out. It came out with a sprayed edged hardcover version, and I wanted to get it. And I thought Enchanter was also coming out, but when I looked at it, it said it was in January of next year. So I'm wondering if they pushed one back. But I still want to get them. So, Double and Jen says, I'm getting a book from daughter for Christmas, but don't know which one yet. Ooh. It'll be a surprise. You have to wait until Christmas. She just got books with sprayed edges, and they're gorgeous. I know all of the books are gorgeous when they have sprayed edges. I have quite a few, and there was one that I got recently. I'll have to find it and show you. Kat says, hey, Christina. Double and Jen. Lee? Not that I'll remember that. Yes, that is Lee. Ren says, hey, Kiana and Christina. Anne says, I need a nap. No worries. Hope you and have a peaceful nap. Amanda says, hey, Kelly, how are you doing today? Double and Jen says, I was having a nightmare about college when my daughter woke me up today. Oh, no. That's no fun. Hey, Molly, how are you doing today? From Amanda. Double and Jen, that might be the book. I know I asked for those. Which book? Did I miss it? I'm beginning to wonder if I'm missing comments. I'll have to go look at the YouTube version and see. And they're so pretty. I need a spreadsheet for just for names. I do that. I actually have in my reading journal, and I've carried it over into the next one. Let me see if I can find the page real quick. Is it this one? Nope, it's not that one. It's not that one either. Where is it? I have a page. Ah, there it is. I have a page with everybody's names and channel names, and so I just finished yesterday transferring all of these and the new ones that I had into the new book journal. So because I keep track of all of that, because if I don't, I will forget. But now I probably have to go back and double check and make sure, because now that YouTube has gone and done the channel names and not necessarily the names that we had displayed, I have to make sure that everybody's matches. So I have to double check and correct if need be. So I might be redoing it. Lee says, LOL, I get that, especially since YouTube started switching people's names. Yep. Double and Jen, it is so hard to host streams. I always felt like I was constantly catching up. When you host a stream? What do you mean? Or always catching up with just the the booktube in general. Double N Jen says, rightly, I hate it. I agree. That's a smart idea, Alicia. Yeah, because I won't remember it if I don't write it down. And then I'll be sitting there calling you guys something else, and you'll be like, who is this? Amanda says, I've been following Alicia since I followed Rick. Yeah. There was I still watch Rick's like theme park stuff. He's a theme park vlogger, but I haven't been able to watch a lot of his videos. I have to go back and watch them. But I try to catch some of the streams when I can. Sometimes I'll be working on things while I listen. Double Unchain says, I used to do that a couple years back, Alicia. Oh, write everyone's names down? Yes. Donna is here, coming in to say, hi, Alicia. I'm soon heading out for an early birthday dinner. Daughter wanted to buy me dinner, but had to work. And tomorrow, for my actual birthday, Basement Daddy is taking me out. Ooh. Well, happy birthday. And I hope you guys have lots of yummy food. That sounds fun. Well, thanks for coming in and saying hi. Again, enjoy your foods. Let us know what you have later on. Dublin Jen says, fun, but I felt slightly less productive, though there were 25-minute writing sprints usually. Yeah. And 25 is not a bad number. I know some people do, like Kim over at Whimsical Narratives does the like 5 30-minute sprints. I do 3 45-minute sprints here. I know people that do hour-long sprints. Everybody's different. Donna says hi to Jen. My daughter and her boyfriend are going to Universal in Florida in March, Alicia. Ooh. I will probably be there. I don't know when, but I usually do like a day where I just go and hang out at the park. I will be there later this month for my anniversary. Me and the hubby are going. So, but yeah, March is a good time to go to because they should be doing Mardi Gras. So they'll have all of the Mardi Gras theming. They'll have all of the food tents. They can try all the different foods. I don't know how they're going to set it up this year, but usually in the previous years, they set it up by country. So they'll have like Colombia food, they'll have Mardi Gras, like Louisiana food, they'll have Germany, they'll have Canada. They usually have some sort of Asian cuisine. It just depends on how they decide to do it this year. But they always have they always have beignets, they always have jambalaya and gumbo. Last year there was like a really good slider. Ugh. I could have eaten 2 of those. They're like tiny ones, but they had like some sort of like burger cheese slaw, like coleslaw, and like those potato sticks, I think they're called, like crunchy. So good. Excuse me. So yeah, hopefully they have a good time because, like I said, March, if I remember correctly, they'll be doing it from February to the end of March, beginning of April for Mardi Gras. They can see the parade floats if they could possibly even go on the parade float. I don't know if it cost anything, so tell them to look that up. But they can throw beads from the floats, or they can catch beads if they want. It's a fun time. And I think they also have concerts, I think. But tell them, have fun. Happy birthday, Donna, from Amanda. Also, happy birthday from Lee and Double N Jen. Thank you. Me too, because the plans I wanted to do might go because I'm starting to not feel too good. Oh, no. Well, make sure you get plenty of rest, vitamin C, fluids, chicken noodle soup, all of the things to help you feel better. I hope all goes well and you don't get sick. Anne says, there went the power. Oh no. Well, hopefully it comes back soon. Livia says, hi, happy birthday, twin. Livia, is it your birthday too? I did not know this. I need to start writing down people's birthdays as well. Donna says, thank you, Amanda, Lee, and Jen. I prefer reading sprints to writing sprints. I do both. On my channel, it's mostly reading sprints and like productivity sprints, but I also hop over to Kelly's and in the morning, Monday through Friday, and we do writing sprints. But you're welcome to come join us and read or be productive. But we're there to do writing. Kelly says 2 nights of no dinner dishes sounds like the best birthday present ever, right? I didn't even think about that. You don't have to do dishes. Man. Double and Jen's laughing. Donna says, Livia, I sent you a message, birthday twin. Excuse me. See? Coughing fits. Amanda, happy anniversary, Alicia. Thank you. It's not until the 28th, but it is this month, so thank you. Double and Jen says she'll love that. Oh, the Mardi Gras? Yes. So much fun. I know she wants to get Super Mario stuff. Is she doing a day at Epic Universe, or is she just doing the regular parks? They do have some of the Super Mario merch there at the regular parks, but I don't know if she's doing like a day at Epic. Hopefully she does, because that's a fun park too. Very interactive in Super Mario World. So it can be pricey. So let her know that, but it's fun. Donna says, truly, Kelly. However, it's more no cooking because I make my kids do the dishes. Either way, there's no cooking involved and no dishes involved, so that's a win-win. Livia says, sorry, I'm good, Amanda. I was putting dinner on the table. Ooh, what's for dinner, Livia? Molly says, hey, does anyone know when Donna's birthday is? She's being really secretive about it. I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow, December 15th. If I'm wrong, let me know. Correct me. Donna says, Molly, you will never know. Livia's laughing. Lots of vitamin C's, Donna, yes. You're absolutely welcome, Donna. We'll need to get some vitamin C. I know, like, for me, I take the Nature Made vitamin C gummies, and that seems to help, like, boost the immune system enough that I don't get sick. So I take those every day, and then when I feel like I have, like, a tingle of getting sick, I start with, like, orange juice and chicken and stars soup or chicken and noodle soup or some kind of soup just to get that broth. Livia says, yes, me and Donna share the same day. Oh, so tomorrow? Is it December 15th? Am I correct? I need to write this down. Anne says, a neighbor said a dump truck was driving with the back in the upright. Oh, that's not good. I've seen the destruction that those can do when they're like that. That's not good. Hopefully they can fix it in a timely manner. Amanda says, awesome. I'm glad you're doing good, Livia. It's okay. I totally understand. Molly says, happy early birthday to Donna and Livia, and happy anniversary to Alicia. Oh, thank you. Donna says, thank you, Molly. She's telling me to shush. I saw nothing. And she says, but yes, December 15th. Also, one of my nieces has her birthday's tomorrow. I don't remember how old she's going to be. She's like 3 or 4, I think. I don't know. She's young. Livia says, thank you, everyone. And on that note, I don't see any other comments, so we're going to star that one. We're going to switch our banners because this will be our final sprint. Oh, and a few comments. They snuck in. Let's see. Anne says, why would anyone be stupid enough to do that? I mean, sometimes they think it's down and the truck malfunctions. Sometimes they dump it and they think that they've hit the button to lower it back down and they didn't. So it's just some people they dump and go and they don't pay attention. Who knows? Amanda says, happy birthday to your niece. Thank you. Olivia says, we have meatballs and aubergines for dinner. I vaguely remember what aubergines are. But meatballs sounds delicious. I hope you enjoyed dinner because we're going to go into our final sprint. I believe that's eggplant. Oh, I have never had eggplant. I wouldn't even know where to begin on trying to cook it, so that's probably why I don't eat it. Kelly says eggplant. Yeah, I've never had eggplant that I know of. Yes, eggplants. Molly says I had made some black chocolate. Wait, hold on. What? I had made some black chocolate American buttercream and accidentally used wrong side of the salt shaker. The wrong side of the salt shaker? Did you put too much? Too much salt? Or did you... I don't understand. Hopefully, did you make it too salty? That sounds good, though. Chocolate buttercream. There's music happening outside my door. I don't know why. Might be one of the kids. Ooh, comments jumped. Sounds like negligence to me. Yeah, the truck. Yeah, sometimes that happens. I know Alan has caught quite a few trucks that have done that. Or one time he was able to help the guy. He flagged him down and said, "Hey, man, your truck is it's still in the up position," and he was able to lower it down. A lot of times they can notice in the back of their window from the cab and put it down that way. But some people just, it's like they think they've done it and they haven't, or they just go, yep, I did it, and then whoop. So, I don't know. Eggplant parmigiana is really good. I will have to look that up. I don't know what that is. Kelly says, does that mean you put pepper in it? I'm confused. Me too. Explain yourself, Molly. Livia says, sorry, I couldn't remember how you said it in the US, so I said it in the UK way. No worries. I would have figured it out eventually. Google is a click away. Molly says, yesterday I made a new unsalted batch and mixed it together, and it is yummy, and I'm craving chocolate right now. Oh. I like fried eggplant, says Anne. Livia says, it is Amanda. It definitely is Livia. Did Alicia just say she eats gummies? Yes, little, because I can't take a lot of pills, so my vitamins are in gummy form. So I have vitamin C gummies, I have multivitamin gummies, Everything, if it's in a chewable or drinkable form, that is the best way I can get things because I have a hard time swallowing anything bigger than an Advil. So I work around it. But yes, I do eat gummies, not those kind of gummies. Uh, Baba ganache is my favorite way to eat eggplant. I don't even know what that is. Molly is hinting that you're taking something a bit stronger than vitamin C. Yeah, there's no, what do they call them? Edibles or something like that. No, I've never done those. Anne says, do you realize how much sugar is in gummies? Probably a lot. I try not to think about it, but I am looking for a new, like, chewable version, not necessarily a gummy version. Donna says, I take gummies. Hemp, it's called. Huh. I use them for B12 and vitamin D3. Mm-hmm. See? They've got them for all kinds of things now. All right. I'm going to go into our final sprint before any other comments come in because I see they're trying. But I'm going to read this one and then we're going into our sprint, which my doctor says it does work because my blood work shows my levels are better. See? They are useful. And I've never had a problem with my blood work. All right, final sprint. So make it count. Let me pull up the cat so you can actually see her or him. I haven't decided. 45 minutes. That's the last that we got. So happy sprinting. Make it count. This is the final one. Meow goes the cat. How did everyone do that sprint? I finished typing up a piece for my binder update. So I did that, and I cleaned up my little mess here on the floor. Went to go ask hubby a question, and what else did I do? I feel like I did more. Maybe not. Oh, I wrote a list of things that I needed to do after sprints. So typed up the binder update piece, cleaned up my mess, wrote a to-do list, drank more of my coffee, and I put links in the chat for afterwards. So let's see how everyone did. Let's see where we left off. And apparently I have more laundry to fold. So, here we are. We were talking about vitamins, gummies versus others. And Donna says, which my doctor says it does work because her blood work shows that her levels are better. And she says, okay, I'm off now. I hope you have a wonderful rest of sprints. Thank you. I did say bye to Donna. Have all the good, yummy foods. And Molly says, way too much. I think this was in relation to the vitamin gummies. Molly says, pills tend to have a lot of starch in them as fillers, so gummies probably aren't any worse. And I did go ahead and put in links for people to sprint to. Some of them may be done, but we did have, at the time of me posting this, we had Danny Dabbles was sprinting, and Katie is sprinting. Steph over at Coffee Over Apples is sprinting. I believe her name is Jess, but this is My Cats Can't Read. Rylan is also sprinting. And when I posted the link for Anna's, when I looked at it, it said 2. And then it changed to 3, at least on my end. I don't know. I'm beginning to second guess and question it, because it told me 2, and then it said 3. So I don't know. She should be sprinting. Either she already is or will be shortly. And we had Nicole come in. Hi, Alicia. Happy I made it for at least the last sprint. Well, I'm glad that you were able to pop in. Hopefully you were able to get some reading or productivity done. We also had a Paula join us. Hey, Alicia and chat. How is everyone? And I told Paula, good, going well. How are you? Anne said Anna starts at 3. And I said, guys, don't let me forget the book miss box because we have to open up the day 1. And I did not do that earlier, so we have to do it. I'm going to try to get through some more of the comments, and then we'll do it before we skedaddle. This is where I was chatting with Paula for a little bit. She was like, I'm okay, but Wyatt's been having a tough time today. And I said, oh, 3? Did she change it? Because I thought I saw 2. And I said, oh no, poor Wyatt. Does he have a cold or just an off day? And they were thinking it was just an off day, but he's finally eating. Only took 3 hours. And I said, oh goodness. Hang in there. When you click on Anna's link, it says 3. Yeah, and like I said, when I did the link, I could have sworn it said 2. So I don't know. I know she normally goes at 3, but I thought it said 2. But I don't know. Livy says, hi, Paula, sending good vibes your way and much love to Wyatt. Anne says, when Neely called the power company, the recording says it should be restored between 6 and 9. Our church was listed as an emergency site for heat. Lucy asked how was she going to study. Candles, flashlights. I'm trying to think of what else. Battery operated things. Paula says, all thanks, Livia. He's happy now, eating pizza. Eating her pizza, perhaps. I think I have some leftover pizza. I think I'm going to eat some of that, too, when I'm done. Lee says, got my casserole going, put in a little of laundry, and read some of my book. Nice. Very productive. Kelly got to 50% in One Good Dragon Deserves Another and got dressed for the In Real Life book club. That's right. You should be leaving for that soon. Olivia says, I finished to eat, chatted with Donna, and cutting my hair. Oh, productive. Kiana says, I got to 63%, debating about in whether I want to Instacart because I don't want to go out to the grocery store. It's a possibility. I know sometimes I do that when I'm either sick or don't want to go leave the house. Have you made a decision, Kiana? Kat says, I read the chapter for week 12 in The Artist's Way, ate lunch, and wrote today's morning pages. This is the final week of the Artist's Way course. How have you been doing with it? Are you enjoying it? Enjoying the process? Are you sad it'll be ending, or are you excited it'll be ending? Hopefully you've learned a lot with it. Kiana says, oh, and took a shower and doing laundry. Everybody's doing laundry today. Today is the laundry day. Kat says, after hopping off here, I'm going to be reading The Air Affair by Jasper Ford. Nice, nice. Ren says, finished Fallen Gods, gave it 3 stars. The book needed better world building out, but otherwise the plot was fairly interesting, especially the Norse mythology aspects. I think other books in this series would be better. Ooh, comments jumped. Ren and then picked up Breath of the Dragon by Shannon Lee and Fonda Lee. Soft DNF'd this earlier this year, but now trying it out with audio and seeing if it works better. Ooh, hopefully it works better for you. Thanks for sprints, Alicia. You're so welcome. Anne says, I asked why she didn't study yesterday. That's a good question. Molly says, got to 59% into My Dear December, or My Darling December, and started looking at the Happy Planner website. Kelly, can I ask you a question in Discord DMs? To which Kelly said, of course you can. Kiana says, yeah, I'm going to order groceries. Fair enough. And Kat says, the Artist's Way was an okay journey. Glad I finally did it, but I'm excited it's almost over. Fair enough. Hopefully you learned a lot while doing it, though. Or learned about yourself, because that's that was a thing that you had to do to learn about yourself, right? Maybe, possibly. I don't remember a whole bunch of you saying about it, but all right, here is day 1. I have no idea what's in it. It kind of feels like there's something here, like a pen or something. But so what this is Bookmas Box. This was done by one of my favorite Etsy shops, Peanut Butter Taco. I know I constantly talk about it, but she does this every year around middle to end of November. She puts one of these on sale and they sell out very quickly. She made 250 Bookmas boxes this year, and I think she said they sold out in the first day. They never last long, and I never always get one. I don't think I got one last year, but I got one the year before, so I wanted to try to get one this year. So I got one this year, and It's 12 days, and it's all like stationery, bookish, type related content. Sometimes she will have other like small businesses that she curates each day for, and then we can go from there. So let's see what day one is. It's stapled shut, and I can never get past the staples because I don't want to like rip it too much, you know. So let's see what we have. Ooh, so there is a, what is it? Oh, a bookmark. So it's a bookmark that you can add to the book. It has an elastic band, and then there's a pen that you can like put inside. So if you're annotating, then you have a bookmark and a pen. That's cute. Mama Moon, handcrafted with love, inspired by life. There you go. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but there's the website down at the bottom. You can check it out. A lot of these things too for the Bookmas box is they will be handcrafted. A lot of them sometimes she will have on the website afterwards, but I know she said day one will not be on her Etsy shop, but she has like the websites attached so that you can go and see what they have. This is cool. Oh, it's got like, I was like, why is it red? Because I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but it's like very red at the tip. It's because there's a little dabble of wax. She dipped it in wax so that the pen doesn't leak or anything. I've noticed a lot of pen things do that now. Well, that's fun. I'm excited. I wouldn't think to do something like this. I'll have to find a book to put it in and start with, and then I can just put my pen in my bookmark. Very cool. There is day one of the Bookmas box. Now, if I don't have sprints, I will have a video for the days. So tomorrow I will open and film day two, and then that video will go up sometime tomorrow, probably in the afternoon. That way I can, because I'll film it in the morning and then edit and upload. But there you have it. That was Bookmas day one. 11 days left. Let's see who else commented, and then we will skedaddle. Staple removers are not very expensive. No, I have one. It's just I didn't think to grab it. It's at my desk. But I will use it tomorrow. That's a good point. Yeah, because they all have staples in them. Molly says, that's cool. Amanda is back. Welcome back. Just in time for us to go through the comments and say our goodbyes. Kat says, very nice bookmark and pen. I think it's fantastic. I even like the colors. It's kind of like I can't tell if that's like a pink or a light purple. To me, it kind of looks pink, but it also kind of looks like a very light, like lilac purple. It's probably pink because that right there looks purple. But that is fun. Fun, fun, fun. Amanda says, hey, Alicia, have a great day today. You as well. Anne says, thank you. You're welcome. I don't know what for, but you're welcome. But that is all I have for you guys today. hopefully you guys were able to get some reading done or be productive in some way, shape, or form. I know I was. And thank you for being here with me. Bodily body doubling at its finest. I'm always trying to Are you going to open the others during our writing sprints? I was going to film it. I was just going to film and do like a small video each day. So today is day 1, and then it goes every day up until Christmas. So I'll film it, and you'll have like probably like a 2-minute long video that you can watch. Just something quick and easy. And then if I do the next day I have sprints, I'll have another one to open. Because I wanted to go in order. Olivia says, thanks for sprints, Alicia. You're so welcome. Molly says, thank you for sprints. You're welcome. Kat, thanks for sprints. You're welcome. You're doing Wednesday sprints, yes? I'll see you on Wednesday. Amanda says, have a Merry Christmas, Alicia, and a Happy New Year. You as well, if I don't see you. Hopefully you have a safe and wonderful holiday season. Lee says, thanks, Alicia. You're so welcome. Kelly says, I'm off to book club. Thanks for sprints. You're so welcome. All right, my friends. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Hopefully you were able to get reading or productivity done. And until next time, be on the lookout for new content. There will be some videos coming up. One might even be later today if I can get it edited in time. If not, it will go up tomorrow. And that is all I have for you. Have a good rest of your weekend and week ahead. And if I don't see you, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and until next time, happy reading.